Right, I've rotated a vertical line across there, done a bit of a sketch. That's going to go up into an hill there, up there, bit of a sketch down here. Right, I'm going to wet my old paper through for this. Wet the whole lot, top to bottom, just like that in it, a bit more. Something like that. There we are, a bit more. What's that sloppy stuff? Little bobbles appearing everywhere. That's cartridge paper for you. Sometimes it does that. You've got to just go with flow with that. It's just cartridge paper. It'll look alright when it's dried, I hope. Right, let's have a go. So I'll come in with a bit of cerulean blue, and there's actually a bit of muck in my palette, but I'm not going to worry too much. I'm coming in like that, look, and I'm leaving a gap in it. Same this side, and in like that. Let's do some down here as well. Leaving a gap like that, look. So I'm going to have a light source in this middle bit here, you see. So your cerulean blue, I'll go straight through that bit of pencil there. Don't need to worry about that. Through there. I'll come through into this bottom bit and all. That's going to be covered in stuff anyway. But I'll come through it. Right, let's now go for some stronger blue. So that my cerulean blue. I'm into darker blue now. Cobalt, ultramarine, anything you've got, as long as it's a darker blue. Right, so that's something like this. Leaving little gaps for my cerulean blue to show through. So if you can't see that cerulean blue through it, then there'd be no point pouring it in, would there? In it, you see. So I'm laying that cerulean blue just glow through, just in places, you see. Down there again and all. There, I'm going to take that clip off and that clip off there. Just making my paper bow at the minute. So I'll pull it, that's better, pull it straight. Right, now I'm going to mix a tiny bit of red into this dark blue. So it was a slight purplish colour. Hopefully that'll be like an even slightly darker colour. Oh, that's nice. So it's like a slight purplish blue. Right, I'll have a dab there. Dab here like I'm just going to come in like this all the way down. That's it. All. Don't forget, this is going to dry lighter the more it actually is. Don't forget to let them other two colours, what's already on, don't completely cover them, because they else there'd be no point in pouring them on. See how there's that ray of light down the middle, you see? That's where I wanted it. There we are. That's where all the sun's shining through and that in it, you see. You can't, it's hard to see it now, but them other colours are under there, fading in and out. It's hard to see them because there's speckling on my paper, but don't worry, it is there. Right, don't think I'm even going to bother drying. Right, I think what I'm going to do, that same colour what I've got there, I'm going to add in a bit of Burnt Umber and a tiny bit of Payne's Grey into that same colour. I'm going to pop in. It'll go in nice and soft so it looks dead distant because the paper's still wet. We'll pop in a bit of land here, look. Look at that, that's nice, isn't it? Pop it in. Something like that. That'll do. I'll take it back up. I tell you what, I'm going to take it back up this way. This one goes really high up here. I'm going to still popping this in, but I'll be putting another layer on top of this one. So I'll be doing another glaze on top of that. There, and that should look nice. There, lovely. I could do that. And a slight bit of reflection in there. Yeah, looks alright, doesn't it? There, right. I'll let that dry a bit. And I'll put some of this foreground in, right, if I can just about see my line. I think it's about there, like, something about like that, I think. It comes across there, something like that. Yeah, right, so that's like a sort of bluish grey colour. Just add some more Payne's grey to my blue. Right, let's have a look at this. These are all pebbles. There's loads of pebbles. Pebble Beach. So if I get that in there, pot lotting. Yeah, that's it. There we are. Just a lot. There. Do I need a bit more? Maybe it's a bit more thicker paint just to. A bit of that purple in and all. I think I need more painting because I'm going to do some. Hopefully, going to do some scratchy art rocks. Although I think my paint's getting a bit too wet now. Oh no, that's not bad. There, bring that over there. Bit of Payne's grey in this, I'm thinking. A tiny bit of Bont Umber in it, but mainly Payne's grey. There, that's it. Bit more Payne's grey. Looking for a dark greyish sort of colour. That's not looking bad at all to me, that. Right. I'll leave that. Right, let's get some rocks in here then. Got some big uns. Bring that up so I can. That's it, I'll add a few big uns in. But it's mostly smaller ones. So let's swap to this little one here. I'll put some even littler ones in a minute. Get all this front bit done, then I can let that drop down. See how easy this is. Look how easy that is. Rocks. Easy. Just a bit of credit card ripped up. I've got chisel end of this brush now, there, like that, look. I'm going to do my little ones with that. Doing my little ones further away mainly, because further away things gets, smaller it gets, isn't it? Oh, I get all these little rocks in. I heard a interesting statistic the other day, right? Did you know, during the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, right, the amounts of people passing the maths exams has gone down by 10%. That's more than half. Mental, innit? There we are. So that's my little pebbly beach there. Now, let me squeeze this brush out because I've got to get this to register somehow now because I've gone a bit dark there. Let me see. Might have to add a bit of Chinese white, a bit of designer's white gouache in there on that. Let's mix a cream colour up, see what it looks like. I keep saying this, I've run out of yellow ochre, but yellow ochre or raw sienna would be perfect for this, but I have actually run out, that's why I'm using this. Oh, it don't look bad, does it? That's my beach. There's a bit of beach there. So I suppose there'd be some pebbles on that and all. But I just basically want that to look like a bit of sand, and then I suppose the dark in it would be reflected from the dark sky anyway. Having said that, let's let's pop a bit of tiny bit of designer's white gouache in here anyway as well, just to lighten it up a bit. That's what it's for. Chinese white might work. Gouache is good because it covers better. Gouache, I call it gouache. I think it's properly called gouache, I call it gouache. That works good because it's not as transparent, so it can be better. So that's a bit, that's like it's pebbly beach, that's a bit of normally beach. And in fact, thinking about it, I need some more of that because there's some little things on this beach what I'm going to do with this. So this creamy gouache colour, I'm going to get some more of that, and I'm going to pop in, let's make it a bit creamy colour, I'm going to pop in some little reeds and things on this beach. Right, let's try that. So there was some here, there are a lot there like that. Oh, that looks nice. That's it, there was some there, and then there are a couple more about there. You can put them anywhere. I'm just putting this, I'm working from a reference photo, or I was. I'm actually working from the painting what I've already done now, but originally I was working from a reference photo. So that's that, look, that's some little reeds. And then what you can do, get anything your fingernail are out, and you can just scratch a few little scratches in like that. Usually looks quite good. And then I might get me rigger brush and do a few dark sticky up bits as well. Right, so that's that. What else do I need? Oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let me squeeze that out now because I don't want that white gouache going into the rest of my picture. Give me a brush of red wash. Right, I'll wipe my hand. I've got paint all over my hand. There. I need to do this background mounting now. Right, give me a brush of thorough good wash. Get all that gouache out on it. That's it. Perfect. Right, now. Let me see. Get some of that colour. So I've got some blue, some brown, some black, and then I mix some yellow in. I'm going to take that more creamy, a bit of light red, and just mix around till you get a colour similar to mine. So I've gone into all my muddy bottom of my palette, so it's hard to describe what colour I've actually got. So I've got a greenish colour at the minute, but it's a really brownish green. So if you've got some green in your paint tub, some like ready mixed green, just add a load of Burnt Umber and maybe a tiny touch of Payne's Grey or something like that to it, and it'll have a colour similar to this. And then all that blue colour underneath, look, that's all going to glow through this and give me some extra nice colour. I'll even leave a few little gaps for it to glow through. There, that's nice. Now then, let's pop in a tad of Burnt Umber into that, just to vary it a bit, and just dropping in some, I think there's a name for this, what it's called something when you just drop some colour into a colour. I think there's a name for it, but who cares what the names of these things are? When you're like me, you don't remember stuff. Right, that comes down there, like that, or another little peninsula there. So actually, if I get a bit more, maybe it's a bit more green, you just come into there like that. So you can see that that's sort of mixing in there, and then there's another one to about there, something like that. There we are. Get some bit more brown in there, I think. Leave a tiny gap of that blue, so a bit of brown in bottom for a bit of mud. Won't really see much. Oh, I covered that little gap. Won't really see much mud from that distance, but there we are. There, I think that looks alright, doesn't it? I want that quite dark, so I think I'm going to put a nice big seagull in there. Right, so that's that. Right, let's give this whole thing a dry now. Nearly there now, nearly there. Let me have a sip of my coffee. See that splattering finish? I don't like that, but you just sometimes get that way. Cartridge paper, there's not much you can do about it. Looking quite nice to me now. Right, I think now we mainly sort of need to get some. I've got some whitewash here and it's dried out in a lump, so I'm just going to re-wet it. Start sticking some whitewash in here now. Get in there now. Nice big piece on me brush. That should do it. Let's say a massive body in. So I'll tell you what, let's have some boats here sailing in that way into my picture. So if I curve them round, oh, they are a bit bigger than I wanted. Curve them round that way like that, and it'll look like they're sailing in into the picture. And you might see a bit of reflection on them. So I'll pop it in. Oh yeah, you can see it. And then let's have a massive big seagull here as well. So then this seagull's not going to take away from focal point because they're all in the same area, you see. There, and then we'll have some little seagulls flying about and all, some small ones. And one there where it's really dark. A couple up here. There. Dee 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 dee. There we are. Some seagulls. See, these might fade a bit, but if they do, it might look quite good because it'll just look like they're distant. So, dee 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 dee. Tends to fade this. Right, let's get a bit of horizon lining on here, look. I used to use, well, still do use quite often my big brush for this, but I've just been finding sometimes when it's this far back, you get a thinner line by doing it with these little brushes. Having said that, that looks like a great thick line I've just managed to put in there. Now my paper's cockled, but the beauty of this paper is it's so cheap. So it might cockle, but I find, especially if you're a beginner, if your paper's cheap, you worry less about making a bodge, and it makes you braver, and it actually makes your painting better. I used to do, every time I went, I thought, right, I'm going to really go for it in this painting, and use some more expensive paper. I always bodged it up, and then all my ones what come out good were all the ones what I did on my cheap paper. And in the end I started to think, you know what, I think I know why this is happening. And it's happening because I was more confident when I didn't have to worry as much. Right, I'm just looking at this, so I just want a bit of reflection in there like that. Pull a bit down. Just add a bit of water to that, soften it. There we are, soften it a bit, that's better. Wash my brush completely. Nice proper soften. Yeah, and then just a little bit. Just dot that. Tiny bit of reflection in there. I don't know if I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to dry that now. I've done that. Just getting that tiny bit of reflection there. That's not bad. Right, try and get move pretty quick now, so you can get on with your day. Let's see a bit in there. There we are. Some of that's faded back now. Look, it does fade back, like I said. When it fades back, just if you haven't tried it with hairs, right, go and have a cup of coffee or a pint of beer, and then come back and touch it up. There. See, like that, look. And that one. A bit more on them. There. Let me seagulls. Lovely jubbly. Say a couple this side and all. One there. And that dark bit. Another one there. If they weren't seagulls, that could have been Peter and Paul, but because it's seagulls, it's Gladys and Hilda. Right, let's just where shall I have a nice waterline? Let's have one. Oh, I tell you what I do need. This is a shore here, so I'm going to need some little waves in here. I'll try and put this in a bit stronger than where I want it, because it's going to be that's nice. It's going to fade, so I'll put it in stronger than what I wanted, because I know it's going to fade, you see. See that front there fading already. Yeah. That's it, that's my little waves coming onto my beachy bit. Right, let's get this beachy bit here and just pop on a few little pebbles on that beach. Right, and let's do the same here. I think some of these pebbles on here want some highlights on them, so we'll pop a few highlights on some of these big rocks. Look, you can go faster or as slow as you want with this. I'll tell you what I could do in here. A couple of bits like that for some of these bits here, look. These little grasses. Okay. There. Nice. Let's say a big water line coming in through about there, look. A nice big. Nice big and about there, look. That looks nice, doesn't it? There we are. These are still fading back more than I wanted, so I'll just dabble a little bit more on. There we are. I'll tell you what, I can do some more little dots with this, look. Or some little pebbles and stuff on this beach. There we are. A few of them. Right, let's get some of this creamy colour what I've got. There's a lot of creamy little pebbles on this beach, you know. See how I'm gradually building up layers. I've got these pebbles on here. Now I'm getting more pebbles on here. Building up layers as I go. I'm probably going to get smaller. So go across there. Put some in here and all. A few more, especially in them darker areas, look. And then I'll put some darker ones in the lighter areas, so it all shows up. we are, just getting that effect of a pebbly beach. Right, now, let me wash that brush out. Let's get some dark paint now. Put some dark pebbles on. That's it. A few darker ones. A few in there, tiny in here, because it's further away. There. These are just little pebbles everywhere. Just to get that impression. Very nice pebbly beach. Right, let's get let's have some brown colour. Nice bit of Bontumber. And just pop in a few little bits into some of these bits here. Look. A few bits like that. Just to break that up a bit. And they're little reeds and things, you see. I could pop in a little bottom to them boats. I think a little BD somewhere from Bertie D. Let's put it this side today. Let's put it there. Boy. Is that showing up? Boy. I can't hardly see that. There's too much paint on there. Boy. Boy. Bertie D. There we are. I think these are about done. City on beach.